We have a Patreon and it's free.
And it's free, like actually free.
Yep, completely free. We finally set up a place where you can get a peek behind the scenes, help shape the podcast, vote on stuff, and just create a community.
And you'll eventually snag some rewards that we're cooking up.
So please go follow us on Patreon at Best Year Ever Pod.
And while you're at it, follow us on all our socials.
All right, let's start the show. Welcome to Best Year Ever, a movie podcast where each week, one movie at a time, we attempt to answer this very important question. Was 1984 the best year ever for movies? I am your host, Jesus Gonzalez, and with me is the mischievous, the inventive, and sometimes feral Casey Glenn.
Hi, Jesus.
Oh man, I'm rusty, but I'm gonna get there. Okay. How are you feeling, Casey?
I am feeling pretty good. I'm feeling mischievous.
Yes, we're starting 1984 with a very 1984 movie. This is, I don't know if you know this, Casey, but this is my first fun fact. This, alongside with the Indiana Jones Temple of Doom movie, is why we have PG-13, because it's not hardcore enough to be an R, but it's not PG. To be fair, in my memory, I thought it was scarier than what it really was. I thought you were going to be having a very bad time.
No, there were quite a few jump scares in there, but we survived it, you know? We lived through it.
So first time watching this movie, first time watching a 1984 movie?
Possibly, yes. Let me look at my
Most likely.
Yeah.
Wow.
I know.
How is your, like, overall, we'll obviously get into it, but overall, how is your first experience into this year, into this decade, maybe? I'm sure you've seen 1980s movies.
I've definitely seen 1980s movies. I am definitely going to need to prep myself for how slow movies were. Movies are so much faster now.
Yes. Before I watched Gremlins, I watched Gremlins 2, and it was so much faster, and because it makes fun of the first movie. You should watch Gremlins 2. I highly recommend. It's far better, in my opinion, than Gremlins.
Interesting.
And it makes fun of Gremlins. I'm going to show one clip later on. Well, not the later on, because we're going to go into Letterboxd.
Yes.
Our very own Casey Glenn. You gave it, first of all, 3.5 stars.
Mm-hmm.
I'm surprised. I thought it was going to be so slow that you were going to just not like it. But yes, it's an adjustment. You have to kind of have to make and like the pacing of the 1980s movies. Your review got I Will Hate Christmas Too If I Was Her. Were you cryptic enough so you wouldn't get the spoiler thing?
Yeah. I was like, I don't think it's that serious, you know? It's not like an actual spoiler, you know?
Nah. There was a lot of controversy, and that's one of the scenes why it's a PG-13.
It's a very dark story that
it's very funny, though.
It's so funny in like where it's placed and like the fact that it even exists. But it's the kind of story that like is very Midsummer coded, where it's like
it's that suicide scene where it's so elaborate, it's kind of funny.
Yeah, and it's like really kind of like scary and dark, and you're like, oh my god.
And then
this could
just the little sherry in the poop sundae that this is. That's how I found that Santa doesn't exist.
That was crazy. That was
because this was for kids. Ben Spielberg, who was a producer, didn't want to put this in the movie. Like, he didn't. And the director was like, no, I'm going to put it in. Christopher Columbus, we'll get into the background, but Christopher Columbus, who was a screenwriter, was much dark. They took out a bunch of deaths and more fucked up things, which was actually Christopher Columbus' first script that he wrote. It was a spec script, and Spielberg just loved it. I want to show you a little scene. This is Gremlins 2, and it's making a directly fun of the scene that you reviewed. And this is kind of in the middle of Gremlins 2 also. So
If these things get out,
We'll stop them, Billy. Can't give up now. Washington didn't give up. Lincoln didn't give
Please.
up. What's wrong?
Oh, don't mention Lincoln. Something terrible happened to me one year on Lincoln's birthday. I was 6 or 7, and I remember I had the day off from school, and Mom had let me go to the park. She'd made me a peanut butter and jelly sandwich. I was going through that peanut butter and jelly sandwich phase, and this man with this beard and a hat looked just like Abe Lincoln.
Honey, I really don't think we've
Except
got
for the
time for
raincoat.
this now, you know?
I remember, oh, God, he said, hello, little girl.
Honey, come on.
Oh my god. Is that the same actress?
Yeah, same actress.
How
same
did
actor.
she get worse? Because I thought she was actually really like, it was like cute good in this movie, and like that was just.
I think I think you need to see the whole second movie because Gremlins 2 starts with Bugs Bunny and Daffy Duck fighting in the intro. It stars Christopher Lee. It's great. Watch Gremlins 2. Anyway, this 3-star review, a lot of 3-star and 4-star reviews, not a lot of 5-star reviews. Every time Gizmo did literally anything, I got super emotionally invested. I squealed with delight whenever he was happy. I shouted no, 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 no every time he was scared or in pain. I will fucking die for Gizmo. You have no idea. They made him cuter for the sequel.
How are they able to make him cuter?
Bigger eyes.
I guess so.
4-star review and a hard. I love how little shits anyone gave in the 80s. Also, children should die more in movies. # children should die more. This is very true. You're going to see a lot of child death in these movies.
There was a lot of death. Also, wait, hold on. How did you watch this movie? Did you watch it? Like, do you have a DVD or did you stream it?
HBO Max.
Okay, did yours start with like a...
Yeah,
what was that about? I was like, this is not part of the original movie because this was very clearly made recently.
So, okay, this is really funny. Back in the day, Casey, you had the Turner, Warner, Turner's whatever classics, channels like this. And even in Mexico, it happened also. And you will have a host. So a host will show a bunch of movies for like one evening. And he will have a little intro about that movie, kind of like this. So this is very much catered to that like old-timey.
Why did they keep it? Did they like accidentally get sent that like version, that copy of it? And
No, this is
like,
new. No, this is new. Like this is the quality even looks new.
Yeah.
Like this is something that they did recently for these movies.
I just don't know why they have it on streaming. Like it's so weird.
Because I also watched Gremlins 2 and same thing. I also watched some other movie I watched from the 80s and same thing. So it has to be like a Turner or something.
Yeah.
HBO Max. Yeah, I know. I apologize for the old-timiness. Oh man, I'm so excited that you're exploring the 80s because I'm going to be more nostalgic than the 1984 and 1999. Because 1994, 99, I was my own little person. Like I remember watching these things for the first time. A lot of these movies, they've always been around in my life.
Yeah.
Like I don't remember the first time I watched them. 3 stars and a half. Why is that? When people talk about strong female characters in movies, they never mention Billy's mom fucking executing 3 gremlins within seconds of finding them.
No, she
Hardcore.
Call her the exterminator. Like,
yeah. Original script, she was gonna die.
Thank God she didn't. She was a baddie.
I know.
It's because she fucking put up with her husband's shenanigans for so long. Talk about a shitty husband. Jesus.
Yeah, I know. We'll get to it. 3 stars and a heart. Where the Gremlins get tiny Gremlins guns from? Did they have tiny Gremlin guns? Like I rewatched it and like, oh yeah, they're tiny guns. 3 stars and a half. Now I totally understand why the PG-13 rating was invented after this movie came out. 5 stars and a heart. Love and support Gizmo. And then I'll end with this 4 stars and a half. The feminine urge to literally die protecting Gizmo at all costs. Casey, did you have any reaction to Gizmo? Was he something like...
I thought Gizmo was adorable. I was always highly suspicious of Gizmo. I was like waiting for Gizmo to turn, you know?
Original script, he was going to turn. He was going to be Stripe or whatever, the guy with the mohawk. Like he was going to be the main villain.
That tracks. Yeah. Like I could feel it, you know?
I'm glad they didn't. Does it change your opinion of Gizmo when you find out that the voice is Howie Mandel?
That's really funny. That's amazing. No, this makes me love Gizmo more.
Really? I don't like Howie.
I don't like Howie either, but that's crazy.
Okay. Yeah, I just find him annoying. I don't know why. He hasn't done anything bad, really, but that I know of.
I've been up and down with him. Like, at first I liked him because, like, any bald guy kind of reminds me of my dad. So I'm like, aw. And then, like, I was like,
wait, do I need to shave my head so you like me a little tiny bit more?
No. And then it, like, plummeted because I was like, he's kind of an asshole. And then I saw him recently, like, do this interview with a bunch of other people because I think he has OCD. And he did, like, a group sort of thing with a bunch of, like, random non-famous people who also have OCD that were asking him questions about it. And I thought that was, like, actually a really cool thing that he did. And just, like, talking about, because somebody asked him, like, I'm afraid to take, like, medication for it because I'm afraid it will change me. And he was like, no, it actually, like, made me better at, like, my job and, like, being a comedian, like, you know, all this other stuff. And I thought that was really good and important. So he's kind of like having a comeback for me a little bit.
No, same. I just don't like his face.
No, that's fair. Yeah.
I get it. I grew up with Howie Mandel.
Mm-hmm.
I used to watch Howie's World. That was one of my favorite cartoons. And he was him as a kid, and he was doing the Gizmo voice. So the whole cartoon. There was a movie from the 80s that he played a monster under the bed. Crazy movie. Hope we watch it one day. But I don't know. It's just his face, I think. All right. Enough how we talk. Let's do the background. So Gremlins, with a budget of 11 million, box office of 212.9 million. Yeah. Directed by Joe Dante, written by Chris Columbus. Like I said, that was a spec script, very first script. Super young Christopher Columbus. Edited by Tina Hirsch. Produced by Steven Spielberg. Starring Zach Galligan as Billy Peltzer, Phoebe Cates as Kate Veringer, Hoyt Axon as Randall Rand Peltzer, Frances Lee McCain as Lynn Peltzer, Polly Holiday as Ruth Deagle, which is kind of like secondary, tertiary villain. Dick Miller as Murray Futterman, raging xenophobic. Not even racist, just xenophobic.
Yeah.
And Howard Mandel as Gizmo. Eileen Keyes as Gizmo's singing voice. She wasn't credited. We'll credit her. Yeah, crazy that Howie's the voice of Gizmo.
Also, anytime I like read Zach's name, like I would just autocorrect it in my head to Zach Galifianakis. I was like, he's not in this movie. He's not in this movie.
There's a bunch of other people, character actors. There's Gary Feldman is in this movie for a hot second. Kay Luke is Mr. Wing. Jonathan Banks from Community and also Breaking Bad. He's one of the cops. He's in this movie. Did you recognize him?
No, I did not.
You know who that is, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so there's a bunch of actors here and there, but we'll mention them as we go on. So anyway, let's start this movie. So we start with a voiceover by the dad, by Randy. It almost felt like it really wanted to be the Night Before Christmas type of movie, and it also felt tack on. I feel like this was like we need this at the beginning. We could have the same thing without the voiceover.
Mm-hmm.
But we start with Randy, the dad of Billy. He's in Chinatown, very different looking Chinatown from what I know Chinatown to be now, and he's going into this dingy, out of the place, little hole in the wall, little store. He's guided by this little kid. I'm guessing grandpa is there. Crazy makeup, long beard, one eye. The other one eye is blind.
He looked cool as fuck, though. I was like, I would trust this guy.
He has a cartoon. I think it's in the cartoon. There's a cartoon HBO Max. It's set in the 20s. So I think it's like him or his family. But it's how he got Gizmo, or the Magpie at least. Haven't seen it. I'm probably gonna watch it later. The dad is a salesman, a really bad salesman.
Terrible.
Like, he's good at telling a story or positioning a story, but he doesn't know his audience ever.
Mm-hmm.
He's also an inventor, and he's trying to sell And also, he's kind of shopping around, but he sees an opportunity to sell a bathroom buddy. This keeps popping up. I'm surprised that it didn't pop up at the climax of the movie as a way to defeat the Gremlins or something. Like, I wish his invention somehow helped defeating the Gremlins. They didn't really. They were around. Well, one kind of did. But while he's doing this, nobody's paying attention. He hears Gizmo sing. Really cute little tune. Inquires about the little creature. The old dude is like, nope, not for sale. The kid is willing to sell because he offered $200 back in the 80s. For a kid, big deal.
Wait, hold on. Let's see what $200 inflation adjusted is. You know this is my favorite thing to do.
Oh, yeah.
Let's see. This was 1984. $200. That would be $625 today.
Hey,
Yeah.
that's a PlayStation. I mean, there were PlayStation back then, but that's at least a Nintendo NES.
Exactly.
Back alley, kid sells the Mogwai anyway to the dad. Tells him the 3 rules. We don't hear them just yet, but there are 3 rules. Then there's a weird slow-mo as the dad is walking away. There are choices in this movie for no reason. Cut to somewhere north, middle, somewhere in where was it, like Maine? Feels like Maine, somewhere in Maine.
Feels like Ohio. Let's see.
Small
Kingston,
town. Ohio.
Falls.
No, it has to be like way more north.
Pennsylvania.
Pennsylvania. We see a sign for Rockin' Ricky, a rail, and like very much Indiana Jones parody, because this is right after the Indiana Jones movies. Very typical, nice looking, picturesque little town. Like, this is a Christmas movie.
Yeah, this looks like Stars Hollow. Like, this is straight up Gilmore Girls that I'm watching.
Oh, okay. I was gonna clarify.
Sorry, yeah.
Right away, we meet a few of town character. We see Corey Feldman in a tree suit selling trees. We meet the chief, and then we meet our protagonist Billy and the dog. Thank God the dog goes away halfway through the movie. I was like, I didn't remember the dog. I'm like, oh God, I'm afraid. By the way, for future movies, there's this website, Does the Dog Die? And you can go there.
Oh my God.
Not only it tells you if obviously the dog dies, but it'll tell you triggers. So any triggers that the movie might have, it'll tell you in advance. So nice. Casey, go to those. And anyone under 30 years old, go to that website. Yeah, Billy has a crappy car. He's late for his job. He's xenophobic neighbor. The Fruiterman, what's his name? Murray Fruiterman blames these damn foreigners. At least he doesn't specify. He just hates all foreigners. Obviously, this movie has been made. If it has been made 20 years later, MAGA hat all the way.
It's funny because this is so fucking random, but I think Samuel was telling me about this recently. The reason why like Honda and Toyota are super popular like cars to get today, and like even though they're like foreign cars, and the reason why companies like Ford and GMC, American car companies, like don't make these like, you know, well established like sedans, they like focus on SUV and trucks. It's because of like gas regulations or fuel tank regulations, and so they're like, that's too difficult, we're just going to make these gas guzzlers instead. So foreign cars, you know, are now the way that people usually drive sedans.
Is this like back then or
no, this is like now.
Oh.
So I'm
back
just saying,
then,
this guy would have been fucked.
Well, yeah. And also like back then, a lot of Japanese, there was a lot of worry about Japan taking over the world in the 80s. More than Russia.
How? World War II was just...
No, it was incredible the way Japan bounced back, and South Korea in the 60s, 70s, bounced back technologically and economically. And the 80s was big for that. And everything, like, that's why in Alien is Weyland Yutani being a Japanese corporation. So there's a lot of things, and you'll start seeing a lot of Japanese businessman and technology in all of these movies. Sometimes in a good way, sometimes in a bad way. But they'll definitely start popping up, and that's why. Like it was like a really amazing thing that these concerts did right after World War II. Anyway, Billy stays at work. He's running downtown with his dog. Why does he take his dog to work at a bank? Who knows?
Full support animal, I guess.
I mean, he needs it because he ties him up underneath the desk. We meet Kate being very, very flirty. They're not dating, I don't think, but they're being very flirty. And then we get Mrs. Beagle. It's Mrs., right? Not Miss. Yeah, Mrs. Beagle.
Deagle,
yeah,
right?
Is it Beagle or Deagle?
Deagle.
Okay. She kind of looks like. Oh man,
She looks like a drag queen.
You're not wrong, but she also looks older. The actress Mrs. Deagle looks like I'm not gonna remember from The Office. No, never mind. I'll remember later. But Mrs. Deagle is carrying the head of a snowman. And you know she's evil because you get the evil cartoon music. And she's stomping away, heading directly to the bank. Stops along. She gets stopped by a woman and two of her kids. Not judging, but a very well-dressed woman. Very well-dressed kids.
Yeah, their costuming maybe not the best in this movie.
Yeah, maybe. I don't know. It was the 80s also, so who knows? But she is begging Mrs. Deagle for an extension because she can afford a mortgage or something. Like Mrs. Deagle has some property, but it's Christmas, and she's like, "I'm here to make money." If she had a mustache, she would twirl it. I just noticed that Mr. Fuderman, the xenophobic, is seeing this interaction happening. So he made his way somehow between the last scene and this scene. He's there now. She has the snowman head because the dog, Billy's dog, apparently destroyed it. Also, don't leave your dog just running around.
Yeah.
It's dangerous.
No. He's putting his dog in bad situations.
Yeah, especially with people like this. Because she threatens the dog. She wants the dog to put him to sleep quick, or she will give him a slow death. Yeah, she's evil. If you don't get it.
I'm shocked Nydia can watch this movie.
Oh, she almost gave up. No, she has thoughts, and I'll try to get like a small recording or something from her. If not, but I'll tell you I'll tell you her big takeaway at the end. But the dog, he somehow unties his leash and then goes after Miss Deagle. She makes a big deal. There's another character actor, Judge Reynolds. His character name is Gerald Hopkins. But yeah, Judge, you've seen him in a bunch of movies.
Yeah, we saw him in the last Christmas special.
Yeah, we did. Yeah, look at that.
He's back.
Yeah, he's back. The original script, he was going to be eaten by gremlins. We don't really see him after these few first scenes. But
yeah, he just was kind of annoying in there, and then that was it.
Yeah, he is the hotshot of the bank. In the next scene, Billy's at the bar that Kate works at. She's a bartender. I was thinking, they look very old, but it's just the hair and the dress.
Yeah. Billy actually looks incredibly young to me.
Billy does look young, but Kate look old sometimes. Even her face is very young. Mm-hmm. Billy's mom, she's 40. The actress, she was 41 at here. I know. She was 41. I know, she's younger than me. But it was the hair and the clothes.
It's like Golden Girls, you know?
Yeah, one of the Golden Girls is 41 too, so I don't want to talk about it. Billy's at the bar. The hotshot banker who we don't see after this scene really. Gerald, he's like, "What are you doing with your life, Billy? By the time I'm 30, I'm gonna be a billionaire." Blah blah. Or I think he says millionaire. I don't think the concept of billionaires existed back then.
Yeah, no. He was talking about. He was like, "I'm gonna be a VP by 24, 25 or something." And it's like, yeah, you're a VP of a 10-person bank. Congratulations. Calm down.
So we know people that talk like this.
Yes. Yeah.
These people exist.
They do.
Billy's girlfriend is there. She kind of interrupts. Or not girlfriend. Just...
Interest.
Yes, love interest. He has a crush on her. She has a crush on him, obviously. Girl invites her to his apartment. You haven't seen my new apartment. She's like, I haven't seen your old apartment. That's a good one. Billy goes back home, is trying to use one of Dad's inventions. She's cutting whatever, and she's sad. Mrs. Eagle has been calling about the dog. Dad arrives. She's like, don't say anything. Let's just leave it. Whatever. As the dad was putting back one of the swords on the wall, because they have swords on the wall, I told Nivea, I want swords in my wall. And she points on my office because I have swords over.
That's very funny. I also think it's hysterical. So, like, you see Billy walk in first, and you see him close the door, and one of the swords falls down. And then you see his dad walk in, and the sword falls down. And it's like they're constantly living in a situation where, like, nothing is quite right. So they're constantly having to, like, put something back. That's a huge mental burden at some point. It's like all those small things that keep adding up. I feel very bad for this family.
Because of the dad.
Yes.
One small detail that I forgot to mention, when we see Billy getting ready for his bank job, he puts on a clip-on tie, and then later on, Geralt makes fun of him. He calls him Captain Clip-on.
Which is pretty good. I thought that was decent. I was like, okay, you got game.
Dad arrives with a gift for Billy. Billy shakes it.
It's like, dude, you're like, what, 18? Like, why are you out here shaking gifts? Calm down.
He's at least 20. Like, the actor was 23, but I feel like Billy's at least 20.
I don't think so.
He has a job at a bank. I don't know.
Yeah, okay. Damn. Kind of a loser. Okay.
Yeah, no, you're not wrong. They were gonna initially give him this role, like the protagonist role, to Corey Feldman. Like the Billy, or I don't know if his name was Billy, but the main protagonist was gonna be Corey Feldman age, like 14, young. But they aged him up. I'm kind of glad that they aged him up, because I don't know. If he was 14, I feel like you would have need a bunch of kids, and then it would be a Stephen King novel.
Fair. Very fair.
Billy opens a gift, opens a box, unwraps the box, which is crazy for me that Dad took the time to wrap up Gizmo. Gizmo is sentient. Or at least, no, he's sentient. I was going to say, no, he's sentient. He's fully sentient. Yeah, and little Gizmo sings and pops up out of the box. Very cute little hamster-looking thing. Apparently, it was a nightmare for the animators to figure out Gizmo, very tiny parts. At the 11th hour, apparently, Steven Spielberg said, I want Gizmo to look like my dog. So they had to change all the fur to make it look like the dog. So apparently, the scene where Gizmo is tied up with the dartboard, that was celebration for that. We see Gizmo in the box. I mean, for the time, and not even for the time, like very convincing, very good animatronics, puppetry, whatever. Like, it was very, very, very well done. Gizmo's kind of shy. He's kind of shy around. This is when Dad tells them the 3 rules. No light, they die. No water. They don't say why, but no water. And no food after midnight. Did you have questions about the after midnight part of no food?
No, I was just like, trust process, you know?
Because in the second one, there's a scene where they're like having questions about the no food after midnight. Like, well, what happens if they eat food during a flight? Or what happens if they eat food and have something stuck on their teeth, and then after midnight, it kind of falls?
What was the answer?
Oh, there was no answer.
Okay.
Yeah, no, like, obviously no answer. And then what does Mom do immediately? Takes a picture with a flashlight. And
I think she takes the photo first, and then he's like, oh, by the way, I forgot to tell y'all.
I think it was before she takes a picture.
I think so.
Oh, well, we'll never know because we'll never rewatch it. No, we'll watch it again, but I just won't remember this question. Or I might watch it and then text you years later. Hey, guess what? Gizmo does this crazy eye thing. Enjoy it. And that's what one of the things that Gizmo repeats. Bright light, bright light.
Very cute.
Very cute. Later on, Billy is there with Gizmo. Gizmo is kind of singing. Billy is kind of playing the piano. It's the 80s. Nobody freaks out that there's this apparently new species that talks and is super hyper intelligent. Like it's, I don't know, a hamster or something. I think there's some mishaps here and there. Gizmo falls down, and it was Billy's fault, and Billy's like, "Oh, Gizmo, but it was your fault." Bandages Gizmo up. Later on, Billy tries to make orange juice, and Dad's orange juice maker doesn't work. Pete, who is Corey Philman, delivers the Christmas tree. Hey, they delivered Christmas tree in the 80s. It's kind of good.
Yeah.
I do love Pete's Christmas costume. It's just an actual Christmas tree that he puts on like a costume.
It's amazing.
He's like there with Billy, and then Billy's like, "Hey, you want to go see my new pet?" They go up in the attic, and Pete is he maybe pays attention on Gizmo for 2 seconds, and then is immediately bored.
Yeah.
And goes playing like the most realistic thing of this whole movie.
Absolutely.
Especially in the 80s. Like in the 80s, not game because didn't exist yet, but like little portable game thingies were the best thing ever. Billy grabs Gizmo, puts him next to his art supplies. There's water everywhere. Nita was very tense at this point.
Yes.
She's like, "There's water."
Yeah.
And what does Pete does? Immediately spills water over Gizmo.
They just watch him suffer. They watch him scream. They don't do anything. They don't try to dry him off.
No, they don't freak out. They just stare. And little balls of fur just pop out of Gizmo. How many are there? 4, right? Yeah. 5? Okay, 5. I'll believe you. 5 little balls of fur. They grow pretty quick. And they are 5 little mogwai. Yeah.
Do you know what mogwai means?
Nina told me yesterday, but I forgot. Tell me.
Yeah, it's Cantonese for devil.
There you go. Hey, at least it's accurate. So yeah, now they have 5 little mogwai. Billy goes down to see his dad, and the dad is still fucking around with his inventions, and he tries to sell to his son an improvement that he did to the bathroom buddy, which is like a razor. Yeah, this is not a good invention.
No, also not the time.
Not the time. Billy, to his credit, takes the time to listen to his dad and like, "Oh, that's cool, Dad." He go, "Hey, I have something to show you," and then he shows the 5 little mogwai fucking around with toys and the Christmas tree. And the dad immediately like, "We can sell these." Nothing else happens after this. Like that plot point doesn't go anywhere.
No.
Like he's even at a invention convention, and he doesn't take one of these dudes to the convention. That could have been a plot point. I don't know. But yeah, nothing happens. But they do have the idea of like, maybe you can sell them. It's night. They're all sleeping. You can see the Stripe, one of the mini gizmos, mini mogwai. It's kind of mischievous. He has like a little grin, like shit-eating grin. And Billy hears something outside, and they have the dog hanging the Christmas lights outside. Nita was like, "Is this a real dog? Did they do this to a real dog?" Like, yeah, 80s.
Well, it definitely, maybe for like one shot of it, but when he was trying to get the dog untangled, that is for sure a stuffed dog.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, 100%.
Yeah.
I'm looking at it now, but the dog is fine. Obviously, one of the little mogwai did it. Probably Stripe.
Mm-hmm. Definitely thought originally it was Mrs. Deagle that did it. I was like, damn.
Maybe. Hey, we never find out. It could have been. Yeah. Well, I think because of this, and I do think they think it was Mrs. Deagle. Because this is why, I don't know if they really say it, but this is why Dad decides to take the dog on his business trip, leave it with the grandparents, and then bring it back during by Christmas. Yeah, I think it is because of this, right? I don't know if they say it upright, but
yeah, because at one point Billy's like sort of blaming his dad. He was like, if you left it unlocked, then she would have been able to get in. So I definitely think they're suspicious of Deagle.
Yeah, there is a cute scene, and this is where I believe this is a real loving marriage, where mom is trying to make coffee, and one of Dad's inventions really bad. love the aesthetic of all his inventions, by the way. It's like super 80s, but it's very solid. It's like push buttons and you could do things. But it's obviously doing very shitty, syrupy, black, gooey looking coffee. And they share a little like, I don't think we can drink this. And he's like, I think it's fine. And I feel like
at least he's not like defensive and angry about it.
No. He knows. Next day, Billy takes Gizmo. It's not one of the other Mogwai. It is Gizmo, right?
I think it's one of the other ones. Because are you talking about he takes it to the science guy?
The science teacher, yeah.
Maybe he takes Gizmo and another one. I don't know.
Well, he takes one and then drops water and it becomes another one, which is wild to me.
Why the fuck would you do that?
But yeah, it takes it to the teacher. They do solve this problem in the second movie because they are much more distinct, even in Mogwai form, than Gizmo. They all kind of look a lot like Gizmo.
Yeah.
But in Gremlins 2, they very quickly distinguish like them, and then they become Gremlins. Which, by the way, calling them Gremlins is super xenophobic, as kind of we find out. Because it's because of Mr. Fooderman. So the teacher is there. She's not very impressed by this talking sentient little rodent until it reproduces, which is wild. It reproduces asexually with water. I like this subversion of like being a little demon thing, because water would usually be the death of demons or holy water, whatever. But I do like that there's a severe limitation of like it's light that kills them. Science teacher is super impressed and he wants to study the little Mogwai. Billy leaves one of the Mogwais behind, takes the other one. Gizmo doesn't like his new little offspring. I don't think for Gizmo these are his kids.
No, this is very much like this could be a metaphor for like parenthood, you know? But also like the way that it's kind of traumatic. To me, the scariest part of this movie is the fact that like water does cause them to like produce offspring, because they scream in pain. Like it's not a consensual thing. Like it's just like they just pop out these kids, and it makes you really sad.
Casey with the deep analysis of sexual abuse and non-consent.
This is why we need Planned Parenthood.
He sexually abused Gizmo. You heard it here first.
Yeah. Yes.
Oh, man. I'm not going to see this movie the same way ever again. I mean, this was after Alien.
Yeah.
And Alien is just a big metaphor for that. It was the 80s. What can I say?
Mm-hmm.
Next scene. Billy's at the bar. Mr. Freeman is drunk and going to drive his... what is it?
Tractor.
Tractor. Yeah, thank you. Mr. Freeman's gonna drive his tractor, but he's very drunk. Kate, like a good bartender, convinces him to walk. And they're kind of like, talking about how Kate was very empathetic. And she's like, yeah, not everyone likes Christmas. Oh, by the way, this is where Mr. Freeman drops the name Gremlins, because he blames foreigners for everything that goes wrong and mechanics, and that they lost a big war because of Gremlins, and they put Gremlins on things. So this is like why they're called Gremlins, which is actually a real thing from World War II. Like Gremlins was like a myth of why things went wrong in airplane. So as they're walking to Kate's house, Billy's walking her home. We see some carolers. There's foreshadowing for later on. She's like, yeah, not everyone likes Christmas. And he's like, what do you mean? Everyone likes Christmas. What did she say? She says something crazy.
Was this the line, you say you hate Washington's birthday or Thanksgiving and nobody cares, but you say you hate Christmas and people treat you like you're a leper? You know the SNL skit, Debbie Downer? That's her.
So yeah, we don't get the story of why Kate hates Christmas, but we do know that she doesn't celebrate Christmas. Billy's kind of a little bit understanding, not really, but yeah, he goes home. Cut to scientists experimenting on the little Mogwai. He draws some blood, a lot of blood for like a little thing. Yeah. We don't know what he does with it, but this comes back later. The needle, at least. Later on, Gizmo and Billy, they're just chilling in bed, watching TV, watching old scary movies. I do like that the ultimate movies kind of set the stage for what's going to happen next. Because they're watching something about like pots and things like that, which is going to happen next in the movie. The rest of the Mogwai are going crazy, and he's like, "No, we already ate." And then he looks at the clock. It's like 11:20 or whatever. Oh, it's not midnight yet. Whatever. Doesn't check the clock. She says, "Okay, give him a whole bunch of food." They eat all of the chicken. Offers to Gizmo. Gizmo is a good little boy. He says, "No, I'm fine." And then yeah, kind of funny but pretty disgusting close up of the little Mogwai eating chicken.
Yeah. I don't like it.
That's kind of cute, but disgusting. At the same time, we see the Mogwai in the science teacher's lab reaching for food. So we know it's late. They wake up, and then they wake up to pots. Very alien-looking pots. Gremlins do kind of ups the grossness of all these pots and things in a great way. Very gooey. Everything is very gooey.
Mm-hmm.
At the same time, there's a pod also in the science teacher's classroom. It's like a pupil stage. Again, they're not that... I feel like they needed to be more amazed about these things.
Or at least like more shocked.
Yeah. He's taking it very scientifically, but also like very mundane.
Mm-hmm.
But there's like no precedent for any mammal. Like, I don't know. Like, we don't know if Gizmo is a mammal, but he looks at least like a little rodent. I think he calls it a rodent at one point. Then we get a really fun call between mom and dad is in the invention convention. We see a bunch of crazy stuff in the background. Casey, did you notice the time machine? That in one scene, there's a time machine behind Dad, then cut to the pots kind of like shaking stuff, and then cut back to Dad, and the time machine is gone. And that's the puff of smoke, and everyone's like, "What?"
That's funny.
And Dad's like, "Yeah, I'll get there before Christmas." Blah blah. We get another scene with the lady that can't pay Mrs. Deagle. I think it's just to establish that Mrs. Deagle is just evil. Mr. Deagle is there. He's like, "Where's the K9? Did he die?" Yeah, just whatever. Cut to science teacher's class. He's showing something, projector. It's dark, conveniently. And the pot starts shaking. It breaks open with light from inside. Great scene, great effects, a lot of smoke and dry ice. And then just as the classes and all the kids ran out of the classroom, the pod opens and the science teacher is like looking for the thing because he noticed that the pod is open and it's empty. So he's kind of looking for it. At this point, I think he calls Billy. And so the pod is open. Then he grabs some candy and he's like, "Here, little guy, are you still mad that I poked you with a needle?" And then we just hear, "Yum, yum. Yum, yum." That's a catchphrase for all gremlins that like to eat. And then he kills the teacher. We don't see it, but we later kind of...
Billy finds his body later on.
Yeah. Billy finds his body with the needle stuck in his butt. In the original script, we were going to see a bunch of needle poking out of his head.
Holy shit. That's crazy.
The original script was more hardcore. Yeah. Billy runs after to his house because he knows the other 5 gremlins are in the pots, and mom is there. Tries to call mom, and then I like that the first time we see the gremlin is a jump scare.
Mm-hmm.
And really effective. Like, you don't see the puppet. I mean, they're obviously puppets.
Mm-hmm.
But it's very well done. They're kind of stalking the mom, and then she sees one in the blender thing, immediately kills it. Yeah, she kills most of the gremlins right away in
She's
the
a
kitchen.
baddie. Yeah,
she grabs a knife, stabs one. At this point, Nita is pissed because how dare she kills these poor innocent beings that were just there to exist.
My God.
She's like, she didn't even talk to them.
She didn't try.
She beats most of them, but then she gets attacked by a couple that were hitting in the Christmas tree. Very cool scene. They are choking her as Billy immediately walks in. Throws one in the chimney, burns it, and Stripe, the leader, escapes. Into snow. My immediate first thought, snow is water.
That's a good point.
But then it's solid water. So I think specifically needs to be liquid water. Also, not any other kind of liquid because they do drink a lot. So specifically water, pure water, liquid form. That's what I'm guessing. Mom is kind of banged up and Billy leaves mom with the Fruiter Man, with the neighbors, the xenophobic neighbors. He goes to the school because he kind of sees the footprints of the Gremlin. Yeah. Goes to the school. Oh no, not goes to the school. Goes to a YMCA.
Mm-hmm.
It felt very old school too. There are still YMCA's around, right?
Yeah.
But anyway, I feel like YMCA's were a big deal in the 80s. Gets there just in time to see Stripe dive into the pool. We get this fun scene of the Gremlin floating down the pool. Somehow I feel like he looks very alive, but he's just like a static little thing floating down. And you get like a lot of bubbles, dry eyes, and lights somehow. Very magical. But yeah, you know there's going to be a lot of Gremlins now. Because it is proportional to the amount of Gremlins that we get, the amount of water. Although I think this is the first time that you get that if a Mogwai gets wet, it produces Mogwais. But if a Gremlin gets wet, it produces Gremlins.
Yes.
Billy finally goes to the police. I'm like, why didn't he go immediately to the police after he saw his teacher dead? But I'm kind of quickly justified it. Well, he ran to his mom.
He ran to mommy.
Yeah. I mean, he left 5 other Gremlins inside his house. And one killed his teacher. Finally goes to the police. We see that guy from Breaking Bad and Community. They don't believe him. They make fun of him. At the same time, they start getting calls. Police think that they're getting pranks. And then we cut to a really, really cool stop motion miniature scene that I fucking love. You see the street, a snowy street, and then you see one Gremlin, and then you see just a bundle of Gremlins walking down the street. And it looks stop motion. It is stop motion, but it looks great. I think this is one of my favorite scenes. Because it's the first time you see them walking, because usually, because they're puppets, you see the top half or the bottom half. But you see them walking. And then we got to the Footermans, and they're trying to watch TV, but the cable's not great. He blames foreigners, because of course he does. And he's like, I'll go up. And we see the Gremlins are fucking with the antenna. As Mr. Footerman goes out to see what's up, the Gremlins are fucking with his tractor. And they turn it on, and they go immediately into the house. And we see the apparent death of the Footermans. They don't die. They do appear in Gremlins 2. He plays a bigger role in Gremlins 2. He's way less xenophobic in Gremlins 2. He actually doesn't blame foreigners for anything.
Okay,
so that's good.
Shark.
Yep. Then we get a scene with a father delivering some mail, and he hears a little Gremlin inside the mail. This fucker hears something. Here's yum yum. And then just lets this other random dude put his hand inside. Doesn't say anything. The father doesn't say anything. At this point, the 2 police people that are in the whole town get enough call. They get a call about the Footerman, freak accident, whatever. They're like, okay, something's happening. And Billy's like, they're Gremlins. And she's like, yeah, whatever. Just stay here. And they're going to go and see what's up. We cut to Mrs. Deagle's house. And the only redeeming thing about Mrs. Deagle, and this wasn't a redeeming thing in the 80s, but it is for me, she's a cat lady.
She is. And she has one of those little chairs. And I'm like, girl, you're not old enough to have one of those chairs.
You're not that old.
I mean, it's her downfall, so.
Yeah, that chair was there for a reason.
Yeah.
One of the cat's name, I think, is Mr. Bill or something like that. Solar Bill. She hears Christmas carolers. It's like, oh, I hate Christmas carolers. But you as an audience, you hear them in Gremlin voices. Little high-pitched, evil-sounding voices. Great soundtrack of this whole. I'm just playing it in my head. Dun, 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 dun. And then you get this stupid Gremlins. They get little hats, and they have like little coats and ear muffins and everything. They're singing. Carolers singing. La 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 la. So stupid. She runs away. She's freaked out. She gets on her staircase chair, and by this point, the Gremlins fuck with it because the Gremlins, to their myth, they fuck with electronics and little things. They're mischievous little devils.
They are.
And that is her downfall. You said the chair just throws her out of the window. She dies. The cops see this, and then they see a Santa Claus being killed and eaten by Gremlins. Just chaos happening in this town at this point. and then they crash also. And it's a big explosion because, of course, it has to be a big explosion. Also dead. Everyone's dead. I mean, they probably survived it because it didn't really explode, but the guy in the truck exploded. Billy gets on his truck. I think at this point he's trying to get to Kate or something. We get a quick scene of Dad in a random gas station, and he sells one of his inventions, like a smokeless ashtray. And then we get to the bar scene. This is my favorite scene. This whole movie was done just for this scene. I'm not gonna go through all of the things that are happening in this scene. There's so many things. It's just skit after skit after skit. What can we throw? There's a noir, detective noir kind of Gremlin in one corner. There's a 80s dancer with the socks dancing. They're playing cards. There's a Gremlin with a tiny gun, Gremlin-sized gun. Kate is still there bartending, trying to serve all of them. Good for her. Mm-hmm. Hey, she's keeping them entertained. She's not dead because of that.
Straight up.
She takes a picture, finally. By the way, they're all getting wet, but they're not multiplying because this is alcohol. I guess it has to be water.
Yeah, and I think it has to be on them. I think they might be able to consume water, but I think if the water touches them.
Well, because either the kid or the dad say don't give him water to drink either.
Okay.
They do eat. So, I mean, biology doesn't matter here, but I'm guessing they're getting their water from whatever water's in the food. Kate finally discovers that, takes a picture, and the flash doesn't kill him, but disorients him. And she starts attacking them with the flash. They're going to get her, and Billy, at last moment, with his car, goes in. And then they kind of escape to this little hotel thing. They're trying to get away from all the chaos, because at this point, there's chaos everywhere. And this is where we get her backstory of why she hates Christmas. It's so long.
And why? It could have been like a simple dad died, really sucked.
Basically, yes, dad gets trapped in the chimney. She was trying to surprise him as Santa Claus. They don't discover that for a couple of days until they start smelling it because she tries to light a fire. I feel like it's a story somewhere that actually happened.
No, I'm partially convinced of this as well.
But it is kind of, it slows down the whole movie. It's just...
It really does. Like, it's jarring what it does to the pacing of the movie.
Because everything at this point is super... It was very slow ramping up to this. And then it was just like chaos story.
Yep, pause for trauma.
They finally get out after the whole story. Gizmo's in the backpack at this point. He isn't really doing much. He doesn't do much until the very end. They finally get out, and they kind of see that everything's quiet. There's no chaos. They realize that all of the Gremlins, for some reason, go into the movie theater. I think they go because it's going to be sunlight soon, and the Gremlins have to go somewhere where it starts. So they go to the theater. It makes some sort of sense. They're watching Snow White and the Seven Dwarfs.
And they really fuck with it. They really like it.
Yeah, they really like it for some reason. They also know how to operate a real projector. Mm-hmm. They have a lot of knowledge. Like, they have a lot of cultural, zeitgeisty world knowledge. These brand new beings. While this is happening, and you get like, talking about IPs and all that, like the 80s was a wild time because Disney was struggling, so they could do things like this. And like, cause you get Disney and also you get Daffy Duck and Bugs Bunny later on, because this is a Warner Brothers movie, so you get both. Which this made me want to see Who Framed Roger Rabbit. If you've not seen that, Casey, it's a movie you need to watch. We'll watch it. It's never been one of my favorites because it's kind of dark. It's very dark. You're gonna cry.
No.
If you know, you know. But. It's so well. There's a saying called tilting the lamp, and it just means going above and beyond to do something in animation. And it's because they do something in the movie where they didn't really have to, but they just went and it looks really good. So if we ever watch the movie, remind me of that.
Okay.
Billy gets the idea to explode the theater, and he makes a gas leak while this is happening, and all of the Gremlins are inside the theater. While this is happening, Stripe, the main Gremlin, looks outside and catches like a store. Nita points out, they can read because they see candy. So he goes after the candy, leaves the theater. All of the Gremlins explode except Stripe, the main one.
Because they gas them out. I feel like we need to say that. They straight up gas them out.
Yep, they do. There's a really cool when the Gremlins are chasing Billy and Kate. You get a really cool back projected Gremlin animation, and then you get all the little hands tearing on the projector. Very cool scenes. They explode, but Billy and Kate catch Stripe. Can you hear that?
The little tippy tappies, yeah.
Yeah, grab. Agnes is playing. Agnes found something. ¿Qué viste, güey? ¿Qué viste? Órale. Vamos afuera. Come on. Billy and Kate spot Stripe. And he's like, we need to catch him or this will start all over again. Stripe is pissed at Billy. He knows that he exploded all of his friends. And he's like, kill. I wonder who did Stripe's voice. I wonder if it was Harry Mandel also.
I don't think so. Hold on, I had it here somewhere.
It is very different. Yeah.
Yeah. Frank Welker.
I feel like I should know that name.
Let's see.
I feel like he's a voice actor.
Yeah, definitely a voice actor. Fred Jones from Scooby-Doo.
Yeah.
Is most well known.
By the way, Mrs. Deagle passed away September 9th this year.
We did this in honor of her.
88, yep. They go to this retail store. It was the 80s. You had to go to a mall or a retail store or something like that. We've all seen Stranger Things. And then we get the whole scene of Stripe stalking Billy. Billy's kind of useless. He's striking at Billy. He's about to kill him. Kate is somewhere flipping switches. I think she's trying to get the lights on. She finally does. Stripe runs away. At this point, Gizmo gets on a little car and does a Stuart Little, or Stuart Little does a Gizmo. And Gizmo is riding around in his little car. And very fun interaction between the Gizmo car, and the dog. The light is coming out at this point. It's kind of daytime or starting to. Finally get to this aviary or not like a plant place on the mall. There's a fountain that also Kate turned on. There's a little fountain. Stripe sees it. He's going to go into the fountain. And Gizmo saves the day, crashes his car, opens one of the windows, doesn't get Gizmo. He doesn't. Thank God. I thought he was going to sacrifice himself. But he just opens the window. Billy takes note and opens all the windows. Sunlight hits Stripe and he melts. Very gross. We do get one final jump scare from the fountain. Skeleton Stripe scares and it just melts. Everything melts. So because all of the Gremlins melt, there's no evidence that Gremlins actually happened. So like, because I was thinking, people should know about Gremlins after this.
Yeah, you would think.
Or blaming a gas leak.
Yep, why not?
Next day, or later that day, they're all chilling. Dad is there, Mom is there, Gizmo is there. They're watching TV. And who shows up? Mr. Wing. Badass. He does look a badass. He is pissed because Dad is like, I bought him. Like, oh, interesting choice of words, because he didn't buy it according to Mr. Wing. Like, he didn't want to sell. And the dad knew because the kid sold them to him. Mr. Wing says something cool. You do with Mogwai what you do with all nature's gifts. You're not ready. Nedia's takeaway from this whole movie is a metaphor how people don't know how to treat pets and animals. Because throughout this whole movie, Billy, Dad, and Mom were super irresponsible with the dog even. Yeah, like you said, like when Gizmo was freaking out and giving birth to the little furry balls.
They're just kind of watch.
Yep, doing nothing. Mr. Wing does speak to Gizmo. They because Gizmo's intelligent enough. Gizmo's so intelligent that he's learning English. Like he knows whatever Mogwai language. I don't think it's Cantonese, but I think it's just the Mogwai language. But Mr. Wing takes him away, which I didn't remember this. Spoilers for Gremlins 2. It starts with a business dude comes into Mr. Wing's house, a little shop, trying to buy the shop because they're developing the whole place. And then Mr. Wing has Gizmo there, and he dies, and that's how Gizmo ends up in this big place. Anyway, we know that Mr. Wing takes Gizmo back. I was like, they're not even going to say goodbye, but Gizmo does say goodbye to Billy.
Yeah, it's very cute.
Yeah. I'm glad that Mr. Wing took him away. And he's not saying, perhaps someday you will be ready, but we're not ready as stupid Westerners.
Correct.
And then it ends very oddly again with a voiceover of saying, if there are things wrong with your machinery or whatever, who knows, might be a gremlin. Very xenophobic. Yes. Should have ended Mr. Wing. I do love that postcard kind of ending scene. Mm-hmm. That's the end of the movie. Wow. How you feel?
I feel good. You know, there's like a big chunk of the movie that is just, it's a lot of action.
Yeah.
They blow up the theater. Action. Yes, it is.
It's inventive.
Yes. So I survived it because of that.
Yeah, but the pacing was crazy.
Yes.
Especially with the story.
Yes.
But do you want to do awards?
Let's do it.
All right, we have 3 awards. We have Best Actor Ever, Worst Actor Ever, Best Scene Ever. Casey, Best Actor Ever.
I think I'm going to give it to Lynn Peltzer, played by Frances Lee McCain. I think she did a really good job at acting. Like, she still loves her husband, but she's fucking tired. And I appreciated that level that she brought to the movie.
Yeah, no, she was a badass. I'm gonna give it to Harvey Mandel.
Nice, I like that.
I thought that he was great as Gizmo, and I mean, it was very, very new in his career, so it wasn't Howie Mandel. But he was a big stand-up comedian, and like he just, the fact that you didn't even think about Gizmo being a person, it was just Gizmo. Mm-hmm. I think that was great. So yeah, I like Little Gizmo. Worst actor ever, and why is this Mrs. Deagle?
I think she did really great.
She did great. She did great for this movie. Yeah, she did great.
I don't know. I still don't know who I'm going to pick for it. What about you? Maybe you will inspire me.
Zach Galligan. Billy.
Really?
I thought he was just a wet blanket. And he could have given this movie a little bit more. I feel like he was barely reading his lines.
You know what? No, okay, I agree with you. I think my issue was that he was a really pretty face to look at, and I really enjoyed seeing his face. I was like, but you know what? Fair enough. He wasn't that great of an actor.
But he wasn't so pretty that you forgot his bad acting.
His eyes were gorgeous. I was like, wow.
I guess. I don't know. I didn't. He's too much of a loser.
Fair enough.
Best scene ever.
It has to go to the dad dying in a chimney story. That is just so amazing. Like it takes this movie to a whole nother level.
And for you, that pacing for you is so important in movies, and this destroys the pacing of the whole movie.
But it is
the fact that you love it. It's so out there.
Funny. Yeah. I honestly think that it might be one of the reasons why Gremlins has just maintained in the zeitgeist, because something like that is just so jarring. It just sticks with you, you know?
I'm gonna go to the bar scene.
Nice.
It's just joke after joke after joke, and so many things happening in the background, and I love things happening in the background.
Yes.
And it actually serves a purpose that she finds out that she can defeat them with the Flash. She doesn't use that ever again.
Nope.
But there's a lot of things that are set up and never get used again in this movie.
Yeah.
But yeah, the bar scenes were great. So Casey, for the first time ever, very important question: was 1984 the best year ever for movies?
I will say yes. How about this?
Yes.
This movie has set me up to believe that 1984 is going to be a very entertaining year.
I think so too. I was going through the movies. I mainly focus on the top 25, but there's a lot of really good ones. Like I said, I told you, very surprisingly, the first Coen Brothers movie was in 1984. So hopefully we get to watch that one. But yeah, I think at the very least, it'll be interesting to see, because even though it's something in my childhood, it's not something that I love. The movies just happen always in my life. They were just there. Yeah. I watched way too young. I love these movies too. By the way, yes, best year ever for me too.
Lovely.
So normally we would randomize the next movie, but because this is sort of a soft launch of 1984, I gave Casey the choice to officially start 1984 with a movie that she wants. She hinted that she wants a rom-com. And I did this because I figured that 1994 was both of our choice, but really you wanted to start with Pulp Fiction. 1999 was definitely my choice because I wanted to watch a movie that nobody else wanted to watch. But it turned out great. So Casey, what movie are we officially starting? 1984.
So you pitched to me Romancing the Stone, but maybe. But I think I'm actually going to choose the 1984 movie Splash, because that one seems very interesting to me.
Wow. Yes. All right. I can help with that. I did not expect Splash. There's another Tom Hanks movie in 1984, Bachelor, which is a very bad movie. Hopefully we watch it. Splash. That's great. I've seen Splash, but one of those movies that I probably saw as a kid and never again.
Mm-hmm.
I do know that Disney Plus censored it somewhat.
Okay.
So I don't know which version we'll watch, but I think it's going to be...
Maybe I'll rent it on Amazon Prime.
Yeah, that's fun. Splash.
Yeah.
Till next week. Bye!
Bye! Who's the striped gremlin in your life? Or are you the striped gremlin in somebody else's life? Let us know by finding us at Best Year Ever Pod on Instagram and YouTube and leaving a comment, or you can send us an email at bestyeareverpod@gmail.com. And while you're at it, give us a like, leave a rating, and go subscribe on all your preferred podcast listening platforms.